be, whether they wanted to be an astronaut, a musician, professional athlete, teacher, or vlogger, YouTuber. All right, and so they said, okay, no problem. Those are okay questions, what they want it to be. If you look at the poll, you can see the results. If the United States and the United Kingdom, number one, they want to be a YouTuber. They're growing up to be YouTubers. And in China, they want to be astronauts, is number one. It's completely reversed. In China, the number one is astronaut, and the bottom is YouTuber. In the U.S. and United Kingdom is YouTuber, bottom is astronaut. Completely reversed.
In fairness, part of that is the fact that China blocks a lot of material, and they don't have the same access that American
kids grow up there with the mission of glorifying the state. Here, our kids grow up with the mission of glorifying themselves. and that's not
Very
perfect
true.
either.
No. Yeah, neither of them are perfect. But I, you know, when you talk about it in that context, it's not. I'm not as disappointed. I feel like. I mean, at least astronaut leads to something productive, where YouTube doesn't. But I mean, the fact that we praise the individual here is consistent.
Are you saying that it's not an important job to open a package of toys and then play with it?
That's true. That's
pretty important stuff.
That is.
Come on. And
it's a fascinating thing.
It is. Like 15 million views for opening
for the unboxing videos.
The unboxing videos.
I mean, that is like that is weird.
I'm trying to bridge in my mind the gap between an entire generation really kind of coming up as narcissists who are obsessed with themselves and think that all their opinions are important, and also that they've democratized the ability of people to do what we do here, right? Like grow up to want to be radio show hosts, want to be TV hosts, and now people are funneling through YouTube first before they go and do that. So it's very exciting in a sense, but it's also it's also doesn't say something good about all these kids' aspirations.
Yeah, I'll say too that I think it's one of the large problems of our society, and we saw it in media. We've been in radio for a long time. People in radio are insane. Like they're just nuts. Everybody you work with is insane.
Yes.
And you get used to it in radio because it's the reality. And I think a big part of that is you're living your life to like bring in an audience, right? Like that is what you're doing. So everything you do in your life, you're judging through that prism. And now everyone is doing that. Everyone has an audience. Everyone's looking for clicks. And that is I would not want to take, hey, every radio station I've ever worked with, let's make that society.
Right.
But it is kind of what's happening.
It's not healthy. What was it? What did you feel like when you first got like a bad note on your ratings, right? Like that must have been devastating.
Oh, yeah.
Kids deal with that every
day.
single day. And it just knocks their self-esteem apart.
It does.
Oh, especially if you have one that does really well and then the next 4 or 5 don't do anything. How do you get out of bed?
What happened? I know.
How do you get out of bed?
It's terrifying.
All right. Start thinking about maybe I need to be an astronaut.
There you go. I like that. See, in astronauts, what happens at the end? They remember you 50 years later. And did they remember the YouTube? I was playing. I was at a bunch of friends, and I brought up a reference to Chocolate Rain. Did you guys remember Chocolate Rain? It was
Chocolate Rain.
Yeah, exactly. It was one of the first viral YouTube videos, and all of them were like younger than me and on YouTube, and none of them could remember it. I'm like, gosh, you're forgotten that fast. Like the YouTube culture. I mean, you're just
remember, leave Britney alone.
Oh yeah. These poor people. All right, and we're going to be back in just a second. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube, though, it's okay to watch this on YouTube. That's okay. That's perfectly okay. Back in a second. Seems a little self-serving now. I said it that way.